Ever get that feeling? Like an ad is speaking directly to you, like it's reading your mind, knows what you want before you do.
Yeah, it can be a bit unnerving.
A little bit creepy. Well, it might not be magic, but AI.
Ugh.
And AI is pulling a lot of strings behind the scenes in those ads. So get ready, because today we're diving deep into the world of AI in advertising.
Yeah, it's interesting because when we think of AI, we often picture, robots and self-driving cars, that kind of thing. But AI is already making waves in the advertising world, and it's not just about targeting ads more effectively, it's about tapping into our emotions.
Oh, so you're telling me it's not just about algorithms deciding I need to see that new brand of toothpaste 10 times a day.
Right, exactly. This is about crafting messages that resonate with us on a deeper level. Think about those Share a Coke bottles, for example. That was a fun campaign, right?
Right.
But AI takes personalization to a whole new level. Remember, Coke actually created personalized video ads, millions of them, even tailoring the language based on where someone lived.
Wow, personalized video ads, that's pretty impressive. But crafting a truly good ad takes more than just swapping out names and locations, right?
Absolutely. It's about the language, the tone, those little things that make us pay attention. And believe it or not, AI is getting really good at that. Ever open an email just because the subject line felt so spot on? That might be AI at work. Companies like Persado, for example, they're using AI to analyze what kind of language works best for different groups of people. So the message, it's designed to really hit those emotional sweet spots.
Persado, that's an interesting one. So how do they do it? Are they like analyzing our every click and like?
Well, data is definitely key. They use something called sentiment analysis. Basically, AI is used to figure out the emotion behind the words, the tone. So Persado's AI, it can look at tons of data, I mean a ridiculous amount, to see which words, phrases, even punctuation get the right reaction.
So it's like having a marketing guru who never sleeps, constantly crunching data.
Yeah.
But even if AI can write a catchy slogan, can we really call it creativity? I mean, isn't that a human thing?
You've hit on a big question there. What does it actually mean to be creative? It's something we've always thought of as being uniquely human, but AI is making us rethink that.
It's definitely making me question a few things.
There have actually been some pretty wild experiments already. McCann Japan, they actually used an AI as a creative director for one of their Chloress campaigns. This AI, it studied all these award-winning ads and then came up with its own commercial.
Wait, hold on. Are we talking about an AI actually calling the shots on a film set?
Huh, no, not quite yet. But it does make you think. Now, this particular Chlorets ad, it wasn't, going to win any awards itself.
So the AI still has some work to do.
Exactly, but it shows AI can at least try to be creative. And who knows, maybe one day AI will be winning all the awards.
And I'll be thanking the algorithm in my acceptance speech. But okay, so AI is writing email subject lines, trying to be creative directors. What else are we seeing out there in the advertising world right now?
Well, Lexus, they actually used AI to create an entire commercial, and this was a few years ago. They basically fed an AI system years and years of award-winning car commercials. 15 years worth, actually. And then let it loose, told it to come up with its own script based on what it had learned.
Okay, so an AI wrote a car commercial. Was it all about, like, horsepower and fancy features?
It was surprisingly human, actually. The ad focused on emotions, that feeling of being behind the wheel, intuition, things we don't usually think about with artificial intelligence.
Wow, that's really interesting. So it wasn't just copying what it had seen before. It was actually understanding what made those ads effective on an emotional level.
It's pretty amazing. It seems that AI is getting better at understanding not just the words we use, but what we really mean, the feelings behind them.
Now, that opens up some really interesting possibilities for the future of storytelling. But for now, we're still stuck watching ads. Let's talk visuals, though. AI might be writing scripts, but human designers are still king, right?
Well, let's just say AI is making its mark in the design world, too.
Oh, no, you're going to tell me there are AI art directors now.
Not quite art directors, but close. AI is changing how we design things in some pretty amazing ways. Think about tools like Adobe Sensei or Canva.
Canva, oh yeah, I use that all the time.
Right. It's like having a graphic designer on call 24/7, and AI is making it even more powerful.
So how does that work?
So imagine having this AI assistant that helps you make these really polished, professional-looking graphics, even if you're not a designer. That's basically what tools like Sensei and Canva are doing using AI. Like Sensei, it can actually look at your content, what you're trying to create, and suggest things like color palettes, what fonts to use, even layouts based on like millions of other designs.
Wow, so it's like having a design expert right there with you.
Exactly. So AI is making it possible for pretty much anyone to create really great designs. Now, of course, human creativity is still important, but AI can really help with all the technical stuff, which lets designers really focus on the big ideas.
That's a good point. It's not about replacing designers. It's about giving them new tools, new ways to work. But, okay, we have to talk about the data side of things. With all this personalization, all this AI, it's got to be collecting a ton of data on us, right?
That's the big question, isn't it? And there aren't any easy answers. As AI gets more advanced, we have to be really careful about ethics and transparency. People need to know how their data is being used. And brands, companies, they need to be open about it.
Yeah, it's like a balancing act. We all love those personalized experiences, but none of it means giving up our privacy.
Exactly. It's about finding that middle ground, which means consumers, brands, even policymakers, everyone needs to be involved in the conversation.
Definitely something to keep in mind as AI becomes more powerful. But okay, enough of the serious stuff for now. Let's talk about something a bit more, well, mind-blowing. The future of AI in advertising. What's coming next? Are we going to see AI pitching campaign ideas to us?
It might be closer than you think.
Oh, okay, I'm ready. Tell me more.
Imagine, AI isn't just making the ads, it's actually coming up with the entire ideas for those ads. That's where things are heading. AI could, analyze all the trends, look at consumer data, even cultural shifts, and then use that to come up with totally fresh campaign ideas.
So like an AI brainstorming partner that has access to all the information in the world.
Pretty much. But can it really get those human elements right? Things like humor, emotions, those seem tricky for an AI to grasp, don't they?
It's true. Humor and emotion, they're complex, right?
Yeah.
But AI is learning all the time. As it gets better at understanding language, cultural stuff, even our emotions, it could become really good at using those things in advertising. We're already seeing it in other creative fields like music and art. AI is doing some really impressive things there.
That's kind of wild. AI stand-up comedians coming soon to a stage near us.
Maybe. But let's talk about something even crazier, AI-generated storytelling. So picture this. You and I are watching the same ad, but the story we see, it's totally different, tailored to each of us.
Hold on. How is that even possible? That's the power of AI. It can customize the entire story, the characters, the music, everything, to our own unique tastes and interests.
So no more seeing those generic ads for stuff I'm never going to buy.
Exactly. It's like having your own personal advertising experience.
Okay, that is next level. But this level of personalization, we're talking about a lot of data here.
Right.
Our lives, our likes, dislikes, everything.
You're right, and that's something to be aware of. The more powerful AI gets, the more important these conversations about data privacy and ethics become.
It's a tough one. But let's switch gears for a sec, because I want to talk about AR and VR.
Yeah.
Those are changing the advertising game too, right? Where does AI fit into all of that?
AI is going to be huge for AR and VR advertising. Just so everyone's on the same page, augmented reality or AR is where you see digital stuff in the real world, like those IKEA ads. You can use your phone to see how furniture would look in your living room. And virtual reality, VR, creates those totally immersive experiences. AI is going to make those experiences even cooler in ways we can't even imagine yet.
I love those IKEA ads. I mean, I still haven't actually bought any furniture, but it's fun to play around with.
Exactly, and that's just the beginning. Imagine AI taking it even further. Instead of just dropping a couch into your living room, it could, adjust the lighting, suggest other pieces of furniture that would match your style, even factor in your budget.
So, having an AI interior designer, that would be amazing. I'm terrible at visualizing that kind of stuff.
And that's the beauty of it. AI can make AR so much more personalized and effective. And for VR, imagine stepping into a virtual store that's basically built just for you. Everything you see, the music, it's all tailored to your taste.
No more fighting crowds at the mall. I could get behind that.
Hmm.
But it does make you wonder, with AI shaping so much of our experience, are we really making our own choices?
That's an important question. The more we rely on AI, the more mindful we have to be about its influence. Are we really choosing what we want, or is AI subtly pushing us in a certain direction?
It's a bit of a scary thought, but also fascinating. It's a lot to think about, that's for sure. But even with all this amazing AI, there's still things it can't do, right?
Right. AI is powerful, but it needs us humans, especially on advertising. We're the ones who really get those complex emotions, the why behind what we buy.
So no robot creative directors just yet.
Not yet. Maybe someday. But for now, AI might be able to analyze data and write scripts, but it's missing that human touch, those real-life experiences that make advertising really connect.
Okay, that's good to know. But seriously, what do you think the future holds? Will humans and AI be working together in advertising?
It'll probably be a team effort. Like, imagine AI taking care of all the data stuff, crunching numbers, analyzing trends, even coming up with those first drafts.
So AI does the heavy lifting, and humans can focus on the fun stuff.
Exactly. Humans are way better at the big picture, the strategy, connecting with people on an emotional level. And AI can make sure we're using all the right data to make those connections even stronger.
I like it. But with all this talk about AI, let's not forget about, well, us, the people, seeing these ads. What does it all mean for us?
That's the big question. And the good news is AI has the potential to make advertising a lot better. Imagine no more annoying, irrelevant ads. Just stuff you actually want to see, things that could actually be helpful.
Okay, now that's a future I can get behind.
Right. It could be like having a personal shopper for everything. AI could help us find the products and services that really fit our needs, not just try to sell us something we don't need.
I like the sound of that. But again, it comes back to data. We're giving up a lot of information to make this happen.
You're absolutely right. And that's why this conversation about data privacy, it's more important than ever. We have to make sure these technologies, they're being used responsibly.
So transparency is key.
Totally. Consumers need to know what's happening with their data. And companies, they need to be upfront about how they're using it. No more hiding behind these complicated terms and conditions.
It really feels like we're at this turning point, like this whole new world of advertising is opening up. And it's up to all of us to make sure it's a good thing.
I agree. It's an exciting time, but it's also a time to be cautious, to ask questions, to make sure we're shaping this future in a way that benefits everyone.
Absolutely. Well, on that note, it's time for us to wrap things up. It's been fascinating exploring the world of AI in advertising with you. Who knew algorithms could be so, well, creative?
It's been my pleasure, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see where AI takes us next.
It sure will. To everyone listening, thank you for joining us for this deep dive. And remember, the next time you see an ad that feels a little too perfect, well, AI might be the reason why. Until next time, stay curious.